Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I'm here. Are you? I've been catching a hard time this morning, guys. Uh, Good morning, everybody. There we go. Suzanne, good morning. Erica, good morning. Donna, Chris, Ronnie. Oh Lord. Oh, Ronnie's been on me today. Yeah, he's on him and Brother Will. Uh, it's hard. It's hard dealing with them. Yeah, good morning, Will. Yeah, I've been reading all that stuff, that trash y'all send me. Uh, Good morning, Carol. Uh, Cardacy. Steve, good morning, buddy. Uh, Lisa, Joyce, Irene, good morning. My uncle was married to an Irene way back. Bob, good morning, Bob. Lisa, Sarah, Sarah Dodd, Tammy Faye, Frey, Michelle, good morning, Michelle. Atari, Diana, uh, Reba, good morning. Dana Kay, uh, Peggy, good morning. Uh, Our other Peggy's not hadn't been feeling well, so keep her in your prayers. Uh, she told me she had missed a couple of our lives because she'd been sick. So keep her. Good morning, Jeff. Oh, Jeff was here yesterday, guys. I met Jeff yesterday. Nice guy. Lester and him come by, and Lester showed him around the place back here, I think, and uh, saw some of the animals and stuff. And he was down this way with Lester. He just wanted to see. I really enjoyed meeting him. He's a nice guy. Uh, Wish I had more time to chat it. I didn't get a picture with him. Lester took a couple pictures. Maybe he or Jeff one will send me one or something. I'll post it. Uh, Steve, don't get too friendly to him, buddy. Trying to tell them both good morning. They both just alike. Well, I don't know. I think William maybe a step above, but not far. Not far above. Yeah, that little walker. You ought to see me go. I'm fast. You know. Uh, I'll say I don't know. Someone sent that. Lester didn't give me a name. Whoever you are, let me know. I appreciate it. I'll use it. I went out there yesterday because she said Lester's putting something in your pavilion, and they drove away. And I went out and sure set this nice little walker, not the one like Ronnie tried to make me fall down with up there in Louisiana when we fall off that swamp. Hang on, let my little girl in. My little boy, hang on. I'm coming. I got it. I got him. I know. I hear him. He's right here. This little roller chair. I just rolls the door, roll back. Good morning, Vera. Reba and Lisa. Good seeing you guys. Karen. I can. I can. I went out there on that little walker, and I said, wow, that's awesome. It's got a little seat built into it, and I played with it a little bit, kind of make sure all the controls work good, because, you never know, Lester may have been trying to sabotage me. Worked great. I rolled around there on the pavilion, then I said, I'll try it out here in the yard, and I took off with it. Uh, Actually, it's just, you're able to, it's hard to explain. You're able just to kind of go more natural, with that walker than you are with the cane on one side. Hey, you ought to see me on crutches. I had to wear crutches once, got run over with a cow. And loading chute was loading. Woody, what's wrong? What's wrong, baby? Buster, you gotta make room for Woody in that chair. Buster being stingy. Hang on. Get up here with your PawPaw. Sit up here with PawPaw. Yeah. We loaded the cow up the loading chute, and she had her she got her going, and somehow how she turned around, big cow, and that chute's narrow, but she got swapped in. Here she come, and I'm there, and she run over me and crippled me up for a few days, and I used a crutch. I got around pretty good on a crutch. Yeah, here's old Woody. He just woke up and went out and had to come back in and go potty. uh, I got a lot of good comments on my raised beds. I think they're going to be great. One lady says they may sag, and if they do, I don't think they will, but if they do, we'll pull that tin off the front just for a few minutes and put braces under it. Easy to get to is right there. And put the tin back on. I don't think they will. But we'll watch it. We'll watch it and see. I never say I know everything because I don't know quite everything, just almost. That might be one of the things I don't quite know everything. Good morning, aloha. Good morning from over there, Christy. Cheryl, Marcia, Karen. Good morning to Karen. Tell everybody good morning, Reba. Here y'all go, talking back and forth. I like it. I do like it. Ronnie said he got Tim to order us some mange dip for me and Buster and Woody. We got mange dip, boys. It's old Ronnie they got to worry about. He gets those crustaceans on him from that swamp, and water around him all the time. And yeah, I love you too, baby. I love you too. Woody love PawPaw. Also, Will's brother, guys. Congratulations to his brother. I didn't get the name, but he won Farmer of the Year. Now, listen, Farmer of the Year in Georgia. And he has a big spread of 3,500 acres of soybeans. I forget how many acres of corn or whatever it was. That's a big, big, big operation. Will's got a big operation going, too. Will can't expand any more than what he is because he's too busy harassing people like myself. He ain't got time to get out there and farm. He'd rather sit there and pick. That's what I'm saying. That's what me and Woody saying. All right. Okay. I got something funny to tell y'all. I get all these messages from different folks. Most all of them are just sweet messages, like from Jimmy and some of you guys. And then when I see one coming from Ronnie or Will, I kind of cringe, Now they're on me about going to the feed store and getting donut. Now, they love me to come get a donut. They chase me around for a donut. And now they gave me a couple of porcelain eggs, and I'm told now your dad are begging for eggs. I don't know what's going to be next. I'll tell you something funny, and I don't mean this to be ugly, Ronnie. I don't mean it. Ronnie and I are going back and forth one night, and good morning, mans, Kendra, Sherry. Hey, we do not have babies yet. Just throw that in there real quick. Anytime I go out there, got this morning, opened the doors up for Coda Barrett a little after 4, and I went straight out. Nothing. She gets up a while ago and said we had horses last night in our yard. I look out, sure there's horse tracks everywhere. I don't know whose horses. Jake's. Because I creep in the back door and steal stuff. Yeah, I do come in the back door. That's where I park. That's where the ramp is. And I always just back up the ramp. So it's right there. It's handy. I come in the back door. They expect me to come in the back door. And they load my stuff, so they know if there's anything in my truck or not. All right. Anyway, there was horses here during the night. But anyway, Ronnie and I one night was kind of going back and forth. He getting a little bit arrogant. You know how people can get. And and I had mentioned something about living by that swamp or whatever, and them gators chase his chickens and stuff, and he cornered him up in that outhouse one night out there, and opened doors a gator. But that's him and Taco. Now he got his new little dog Heidi, which that's a cute name for my Heidi. I say it's so sweet. He can be sweet when he wants to be, but he called you PawPaw, Woody. He called you PawPaw a name. Yeah, he did. And I don't like to say his name because it's not me. He called me a hoe. Okay, so I'd called him the B word. Uh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I called him the B word, and then in closing, he said, "You just a hoe." But listen, he misspelled it. It's a three-letter word. HOW. How? So naturally, I corrected him, being the old teacher in me, to correct the child in his misspelling. Oh, then I really caught it. They called me more names. Oh, yo, teacher. Got you, Ronnie. So learn how to spell, Ronnie, before you start calling people names. All right. Yeah, remember there's Pig Evans, but remember Peggy Coleman. She's not feeling well. Okay. Uh, the glass is kind of fogging up. Got close to that coffee. Anyway, um, this weekend, and I did not encourage this because it's a long trip. But if you guys remember back when I had old Big Red, old Blue, the old tractors I had, the old ones, and give you a little update. Uh, Big Red was not purchased new by a friend of mine named Bob that bought it. And Bob was fixing to retire himself, and he wanted to do a little farming around his place. And I had his place leased, had some cows there. Bob and I have been friends many years. And he bought this tractor, Big Red. And like I said, it wasn't new, but it run good, it was good shape. But Bob wasn't actually living on the place yet. He still had his home in Kingwood. And there's in the process of getting a house built and moving up. And he probably brought Big Red up there and had the barns are there and put it there in the barn. But some kids vandalized it. I think knocked the gauges and stuff out of it, stuff like that. Just but nothing mechanical, but all that. But anyway, uh, Bob retired and he got up there and started working with his tractor and stuff. All right, go. And anyway, wasn't long. I don't know, 3 or 4 years, whatever. And Bob had a heart attack and left the tractor sitting right where he had the heart attack out there underneath the pine tree. Just a big old pine tree and the tractor sat there. This is hard to believe. That tractor sat there 10 years under this tree. Nothing being done to it, not being cranked up, not being nothing. And Bob recovered okay, but never to the point of getting back on that tractor trying to work. Anyway, 10 years later, and I had the place leased all this time for cows. And I'd asked him about the old tractor a few times. He said, "Well, I want to get back on it eventually, and do stuff." But it never happened. And finally, when they got ready to move because of health issues, and I'd moved the cows out and everything because I knew this moving. And he called me and says, "Why don't you, if you want that old tractor, just come get it." He said, "I don't know if you'll ever get it running again or not. It's been out there 10 years. But Dan and I went up and got it. Good morning, Molly. Uh, Diane, good morning. I'm seeing some of y'all talking to each other. I'm just telling you good morning, Jennifer, Deborah, Teresa. Thanks for the information, Teresa. Anyway, we went up, Dan and I went up and got it, and it was kind of locked up, the brakes. We had to rock it back and forth with a truck trying to pull it. We finally broke it loose, pulled it home, and just the RPMs of it pulled it down the road. The lift was in that position; it just comes right up, push it down, go right back up. But we worked on it for a little bit. We changed all the fluids and stuff. And actually, what you do, I ain't gonna give you the long story of this, but anyway, uh, thank you, sweetie. Uh, we finally, after changing all the fluids and everything else, and ready to try to crank it, it wouldn't crank. We wasn't getting no fuel to our injector, so we took the pumper off and sent the injector pump off. It's like a fuel pump, and sent it off to get rebuilt. The new ones are too expensive. We didn't know how the tractor was going to run anyway. Anyway, got it back, that buddy cranked up, and I used it around here, until Harvey come and really messed it up. And the clutch, after Harvey went away and we wasn't able to get right back on it, I finally was able to drain all the fluids and go back into it, but the clutch had like seized, and you couldn't change gears in it. You could put it in gear and crank it, it'd take off with you, but that was dangerous. But anyway, I'd take her with it, and just never could. But finally, I was, Lester said, Dad, just get rid of them tractors. I'm going to get you a new one. And which, I do. With a cab on it, air conditioning, heat. Yeah. Uh, he said, just park them two old tractors, stop working on them, and we'll get you a new tractor. And he did. And so I had them two old tractors. I said, I hate to junk them out. I hate to just send them off to a junk yard somewhere and somebody starts scrapping them. There might be, they were solid tractors when they was running. Somebody might be a big red would run. He just couldn't do anything with it. And so Walter, up here in Waco, this big cross-country truck driver, pulled in big, wide loads of stuff, special trips and stuff. And he saw us wanting to get rid of them. We're going to get rid of them, and I would just give them away if somebody wanted them. Like I could use them. And he said, I'd love to have them. And him and his wife came down and got them. Now, he made fun of my stairway. Going upstairs, I've been telling G they was normal all these years. And they are steep. There wasn't much room. You had to be steep to have room at the bottom. But anyway, they came down, and he was tickled to get them. And I love these people. And they took him back, and he has a shop. And when he retired, I think last December. Yeah. December before last. He was going to start working on it, rebuilding these tractors. And he has rebuilt Big Red, took it completely down to just nuts and bolts, and sent pictures. Had tractor scattered all over his shop. The guy's very talented. Had every part sandblasted and clean, new bearings. He did this work himself. Seals. Ordered the parts that was missing, like, the old headlights were bad. I didn't have the headlights in it, I don't think, anymore. Ordered the headlight. I had to order some of the stuff from England. Finally got all the stuff in, put this tractor back together. Runs like a top. Anyway, he wants to bring it and let me see it. And I said, just send me a video. It's too far to drive, to pull that tractor. I'd love to see it, but still. And if he does it, I'm going to video it. But he sends me little video clips all the time of the work he's done. It's beautiful. That tractor's beautiful. You'd never know it, being old Big Red. And I've sent the pictures on to the Bob, the old guy that owned it, and he's tickled pink too. Anyway, so he may come Saturday. I wish, in a way, he wouldn't drive that far with it, just to show me. But if he does, he does. All right. William was trying to say Tim ain't gonna buy no more donuts. Well, I'll have to change stores. I can't go to a store that don't have donuts. I was going there a long time before they had donuts. All right. Okay, the old blue tractor was cool. Yeah, and I think he's still got the blue tractor. He hadn't started on it yet. He's got it running because he sent me pictures of him driving it. But as far as, rebuilding, he hadn't done that to it yet. Old blue was special too. Uh, I got it way back. Uh, but it just had some special things about it. It was my first tractor that I owned was old blue. Uh, yeah, if they come down with old red, I will video it, and I'll video them visiting. Uh, that'll be on Saturday, I think. Uh, okay, about my little girls out there in the pen, I think they're just enjoying the good life, their own little room to, they're sweet, you know. They ain't got to share anything with anybody except each other. And they get alfalfa every day. They get regular hay every day. They get snacks, and they get their food. Uh, and they just enjoy life. So they're not in a hurry to have babies and have to deal with that, but they will. When it's time, they'll have them. Uh, Southern Comfort. There used to be a whiskey named Southern Comfort. I didn't drink it. I just say it. Seemed like I was. Uh, okay. Ronnie said he saw that William was embarrassing. Who's embarrassing? William? Yeah. Ronnie? Yeah. Not me. Went to the feed store, and Tim's wife, a sweet little old lady, come in there. A lady, a little sweet little. I call him a young girl, but she's not a young girl. But she come in. This is sweet as she could be, and visit. He said, "This is PawPaw. I've been telling you about PawPaw." She comes over and shakes my hand. Hi, PawPaw. It's hard being such a sweet man. It's hard being sweet like you. You know, Ronnie and them don't know how it is. Him and Will, they never will. They never will be. Uh, Talked to Steve yesterday. Steve's got a vineyard, small but still a vineyard, and he's got some ideas about how to expand. We talked about that for a while, and he's got some good ideas. I had some grapes several years ago, and it was hard to keep Levi at them because every time he'd come down here, you'd start picking at them and they'd be still green. But we had to transplant them, and probably the wrong time of the year or whatever, they all died on me when I transplanted them. But they was producing when we cut them back to transplant, and I ought to get some more, but I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Good morning, Molly, and Vanessa and Dana Kay. Yes, they did. Little Woody's fine. Now, that one bit him on his back leg, and not deep, but enough to make it sore. But been a doctor almost. I doctored it, and with one of my old standbys, one of my standbys, Camp for neat. It will take the pain out, take the hurt out. And he's fine now. A day later, he was up and going. That first night was funny. Well, not funny. We got ready to go to bed, come from the shower and everything, and I said, "Okay, boys, let's go." And Buster flew in there, and they'd already been out for their potty breaks. And Woody was asleep on the couch. And he see me. And I said, "Come on, buddy, come on." And I'm sitting on the side of the bed, getting everything tucked in and everything out of the way. And he's watching me, and I lay down, and stretch you out and look at it. He's still watching. I said, "Come on." And he didn't. He'd go, "Urgh, urgh." Little leg hurt so bad he didn't want to jump. So I had to get up, go get him, put him in bed. And the next morning, I'd got up and went out to check my goats and stuff, and she heard him barking, Earth, Earth, and he's wanting somebody to come help get him off the bed. Little guy, he's fine now. He's up and jumping. They played last night like crazy, him and Buster. And G's little baby, little Tiki, is doing great. I see you guys. I see them old harassment things y'all saying about me. Uh, I hope you guys watch what them guys say about Sweet PawPaw. And they'll say the same thing about Sweet Jimmy and Sweet Steve. We're sweet guys. Them guys, they not. Uh, oh, yeah, her little puppy. Her little puppy will wrestle with any dog in and out. The only thing he don't wrestle with is Buster. Buster's jealous of him. Buster don't bite him, but he go, "Arr!" You like that, and the guy jumps back. And Buster's like, he's jealous. He's just jealous of somebody, or I'm going to pick him up and start loving on him. So I don't. I think that's a cheese dog. But they are jealous. Dogs get jealous of each other. Tiki is very cute. He's a cute little guy, and just active and smart. G can call him, and should be another part of the house. And we want to have him, what, 2 or 3 days, a week, whatever. Tiki, and here he comes, little ears up, yes, just to look and to run him. And she sits in her chair, he'll sit at the bottom of her chair and just stare at her. Kind of like I used to do, just stare at her. Now, she stares at me, but it's not a friendly stare. It's like, I told you. How many times I got to tell you? Ronnie brought a new dog home, a little dog named little Rat Terrier, I think he told me. A little Rat Terrier. And his wife was not informed it was coming. And it created an issue. So I'm told by Will that Ronnie had to stay out, him and his new little dog and Taco had to sleep out in the outhouse the other night. And that creates a problem because he gets pecked. The chickens peck, they all share the same outhouse. They all share. And they peck on him. But he's been pecked before. You can see it. He's been pecked before. But it's a cute little dog he got. And I think his wife's finally accepting it, or figured ain't no use to, arguing about it. Ronnie probably don't know if she's arguing or not. He's just a Looney Tune. Okay. So what's new with us folks out here? Is anybody sick here besides Peggy Coleman? 1:30 in Australia. Good morning. I'm glad you're with us today. 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, 1:30. I can't imagine, unless you're already up, getting up to see me at 1:30 in the morning. Ronnie would just to send me a bad message, call me a hoe. But he knows how to spell it now anyway. At least it'd be right. Deborah Barnes, my son. I couldn't see what you said about your son, sweetie. 3:30 in the afternoon in Denmark. Okay, Annette. Awesome. There we are in Denmark. I told Ronnie one day, it's sad that people around the world, Sweden. Hey, good afternoon. We're in Sweden. It's sad that people around the world knows about his escapades running around in the yard naked. They probably think, oh, we're like a tool. Well, that ain't the kind of, yeah, the hussies, what he was calling me. That wasn't a tool. Well, I could be called a tool, yeah. Well, yeah, he's a tool. Oh, Vera. I gotta talk to Vera. Ronnie's telling me something about Vera I didn't know, and And I can't believe he'd know it, and she wouldn't tell me. I'm gonna be on you, be at you. Uh, anyway, it is good to see so many people there. It's good to see, and I'll say it again. It's good to see that you guys interact with each other, and y'all become. Okay, Deborah, her son is home from the hospital. Okay, awesome, awesome. Oh, Vera's in love. Okay, all right. Ronnie says Vera's in love. Got a boyfriend. Okay. All right, congratulations, Vera. Uh, I think that's very sweet. Why you didn't want to tell nobody except Ronnie? Why would anybody tell Ronnie anything? Uh, oh, Amelia is in New Zealand in the hospital. Well, sweetie, I hope you get to feeling better. You get well quickly. Uh, uh, somebody talking about rattlesnakes. I don't know. What about a rattlesnake? I don't like rattlesnakes for sure. Uh, Ben and I had that discussion about snakes out here. Uh, Atari said, Vera, train him right. Yeah, yeah. Uh, we have moccasins here, and they're bad. And about 3 foot long rattlesnake. Wow, William. I don't like snakes either. As far as poisonous snakes, we have, the moccasins and the copperheads and coral snakes, but they so rare and they have a hard time biting if you got any kind of clothes on at all because their little mouth's so little bitty. But copperheads and moccasins are our worst. The ones that more in the woods, and then you got the moccasins around the water and stuff, and they can be tough. But as far as like right here, the only rattlesnake we have is the timber rattler, and there's not a lot of them. They're around, but not many. Cuz caught one once in the woods, about 3 or 4 foot long, 3 foot long, whatever. But he's this big around, huge snake. They were cutting trees, loggers, and they seen the squirrel keep coming down this tree. Little tail, how they do. He's looking at something at the bottom of the ground. Him and another guy, and they watched it for a little bit, and the squirrel go back up, and he'd come back down, he'd look, and tail, it was a rattlesnake, a timber rattler, coiled up at the bottom, trying to lure that squirrel down close enough to get him. So they got a forked stick, cut him one, and they pinned that snake down. And Cuz gets him around his, call it the neck, and this snake starts to coil around his arm. And as he's coiling, then he starts pulling. He's actually pulling his head back. Cuz gripped as tight as he can, both hands, and he's pulling back. If he'd have pulled back out of there, he'd have eat him up. So he's telling the guy, unwrap his arm, unwrap that tail, unwrap it. He was unwrapping, and they finally throwed him back down on the ground, got out of the way, and they went and got a burlap bag and caught him again, put him in a burlap bag. And they're having lunch. I'm going to tell a story on Cuz. All the guys having lunch up there by the trucks and stuff, sitting around, eating their lunches. He walks up there with that burlap bag, just throws it out there. It's tied, but throws it out in the middle of it, on the ground, and that snake, how they do. Oh, everybody went crazy, threw their lunches down to running. Anyway, so he brings the snake home. He comes over, he drives up in my yard, and he says, hey. He's in his little Toyota pickup truck. I've told y'all a story about that before. Thankfully, you hadn't heard it. I'll tell it one day. It's horrible. He pulls up. He said, look at the little coon I caught. Little coon. So I, go up, look over, and that snake's that cage, hitting that side of that cage right in my face. Lord. I said bad words. I made him leave. I said, get that, out of here. Don't bring him back over here. I don't want a snake like that around here. Get out of here. And I'm really talking bad. And it's back in the days when I talked bad, maybe. But bad words came out. But anyway, he took the snake and left. And Yeah, rattlesnakes, they're scary just the rattle on them themselves. And, they can just about, I think they can jump as far as they are long. If they're 3 or 4 foot long, he can jump that far, I think. That's what I've been told. Uh, I can't stand it. If I see a snake at a distance, okay, I don't like it, but I can adjust. But if I just happen to look down, there be one. Uh, it ain't a fun sight. See an old crippled man trying to get away. Uh, all right. Uh, Timber rattler, yeah, they bad, but that's Ben was telling us about snakes out in Uvalde where his grandpa lives, his other grandpa, and they have several species of rattlesnakes, and out there, and they're quite abundant. They're abundant. Uh, Lester had a snake, a pet snake, one of them kind they make pets out of. I can't imagine anybody having a pet snake. I mean, it's not cuddly. It's not, a little furry thing you can pet and love on. It's the old, yeah, like I do Woody and Buster now. And it got out of his little cage or whatever, he kept it in his car, went all up under the dash of his car from way back there years ago. And then when he got where he was going, he realized the snake was not there and he couldn't find it. They looked, they searched the car under the seats, everywhere. That snake was disappeared. Well, in time, you knew the snake was in that car because you could smell him. He died up in there, up in that dash. And Lester's hands too big to get up in there to it, to get him out. Dan's hands was too big to get up in there to get him out. So who they call? Lou? Here comes poor Lou. Reaching up under that dash, and Lou don't like snakes either. And finally it touching it. Getting a hold of him and start kind of snaking him back out of that dash. He was all wrapped all up through there. And that's what he had done. He got up there and just got wrapped up in that stuff and couldn't get out. It was horrible. I think he got rid of the car right after that. Well, he could get the smell of that car. I'm happy for Vera, Ronnie. You shouldn't be on her. Everybody needs somebody, and you got Taco. So leave Vera alone. If she's happy, I'm happy for her. Oh, Vera says she's choosing to be single. Maybe Ronnie just made a lie up. Maybe it's all a lie. If that's so, Vera, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up. I shouldn't listen to that man. Anybody call people a hoe, you shouldn't listen to. It was a joke. Okay. Taco don't want him anymore. I don't blame Taco. I don't blame Taco. Taco had to watch Ronnie bring a new dog to bed. Yeah, a new dog to bed. Taco was angry, wouldn't love on Ronnie, wouldn't even talk to him, turned his back to him. Finally, Ronnie put the little dog, Heidi, over in a chair, and Taco was okay with that. She can sleep in the chair, PawPaw, or I don't know what he calls Ronnie. Probably calls him a hoe. Yeah, he can sleep in a chair over a hoe. That's probably Ronnie's name. Adders. Are adders poisonous? That's what I'm wondering. You see so many snakes around the world. I watch a lot of this old National Geographic, and they got some snakes over there. Yeah, 2-step or something like that. Bites you 2 steps, you down. I'd probably be down the first step. Yeah, he is a 2-timer. Ronnie's, but they got snakes all around. A lot more poisonous again. Maybe not more poisonous than a rattlesnake. I don't know. But my dad was bit by a moccasin when he was a boy back here on the river. They had been working out in the cornfields, and Grandpa gave them a break. So you boys can go cool off. So they all take off the river running, kids do. and hollering the last one's a rotten egg or whatever. Everybody's trying to be ahead of the other. And my dad happened to be fast like me, but he was fast. He was first. And they running down through the woods shedding clothes as they go. And he had a log went out in the water and it run out that log and it'd die off that log. And he run down that log with it, just not realizing at the end of that log was the old moccasin all coiled up, sunning. And I guess he saw my dad coming, and when my dad jumped, the snake jumped and caught him by his heel. Went in the water with him. Everybody stopped. My dad swam out and come back on the bank. He said, he bit me. He said, yeah, we saw him grab you. And there was a guy down there fishing. One of the friends was fishing, and he got up. He come over. He said, sit down, let me look. And he looked at it. He said, okay. And he had a big old chaw of tobacco. He took that tobacco out and put it on that snake bite. And he got a rag or something, tied it on there. He said, you walk home. You don't run. You walk home and tell your mom what happened. So my dad heads out. He said, his old foot is swelling, just swelling as it goes and hurting, painful. But by the time he got home, his old foot was huge. And his mom went and got a bucket of kerosene. And made him sit in a chair and took that tobacco off, and there's all kinds of juice and stuff. That tobacco, I guess, had been drawing stuff out, whatever. And put his foot down that kerosene. And my dad said it wasn't no time, that kerosene just turned green, just green. And his foot slowly, not overnight, but within a day or so, went completely back down. He was sick, had fever, throwed up stuff, but got over it. Now, I think nowadays about all they do is they may give you snake antivenom. I don't know, but I think you see a lot of them just ice it down. Put it like where you can ice it down and kind of keep that stuff from flowing so fast. Yeah, it's usually me too. I don't like cold-blooded snakes. I sure don't. I like little cuddly animals. Like Ivan. Oh yeah, here we go, William. Ivan. William notices Ivan. Sometimes how he wants to walk and rub up to me and turn his little butt back to me. And he has comments about that. Well, that's what he would do to you too, William. If you showed up, he would show you his butt, because that's what he thinks about you. Yeah, that's why they call Ivan, pardon the language, an ass. Yeah, he likes to show off. Okay, Thomas Patton, good morning. Dale get mad about the rooster. The white rooster has started to come over and roosting with my hens over here. My old big gray rooster, I see him going out every day and walking around different places. We have another big gray rooster, Dominic, I guess you call him, Barred Rock, what are you gonna call him? Rooster over beside our bedroom window. And at 3:30 every morning, he sets the alarm off. And I'm hoping he'll move out there with the chickens. But that old rooster we got is mean to everybody, so he's not going to go out there until I can give him away. And think about taking him down and giving him to Ralph, and let Ralph find a home for him. Some of your guys coming and getting them hens, they'll need a good rooster. He's a good rooster, but he's mean to the other roosters. He keeps them running out of there. I met Jeff, Edens, I'm sorry. I met Jeff. Yes, Jeff's a nice guy. Really liked him. Stephanie her dad got bit by a water moccasin. Sometimes they tell me, I don't know if it's to be a fact, because I had been bit. I don't want to be. The bite itself, poison or not, is going to be enough. Sometimes they have what they call a dry bite. They don't actually put the venom in you, or not much, just, strike you. But I don't know about that. I don't take a chance. Are you going to put venom in me? Yeah. Billy's fine. Billy's fine. Billy's okay. I heard that ring. I don't. That might be what that is. It's cheese. It's not mine. Oh, she's bad to the bone. Yeah, she's bad. I've been working on her for 50 something years trying to smooth her out. You know, water moccasin can chase you. I had one. We got under the snakes here this morning, but I had one on one side of the pond one day. Tiki's fine, sweetie. Pond, huge snake. Uh, I think it was an old snake too. His old back even had kind of wasn't round. It's kind of tent shaped almost like but he's on the bank on the far bank. And I had that back when I had my pugs. And I took them for walks every weekend, every morning on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday mornings. And we'd come down beside the pond, and that snake, here he comes, into the water, and here he comes, straight over with. There's all over here drinking, and here he comes. So I made my dogs get back, and there's no stick, no gun. I had nothing with me, and I backed up too. He comes right up to the edge of that water and lays there and stares at us. Now, I guess he wanted to come over and bite one of us, but we got away from there. Uh, uh, Somewhere they're very popular. I bet they're not maybe popular. They might not be a nice popular. They're very popular, but there's a lot of them probably. Uh, I don't know, Julie, if they give an antivenom for a moccasin bite or not. I really don't know. I would think they would, but they for sure would. I'm guessing on a rattlesnake. Out here in West Texas, they have these rattlesnake roundups, and I've never been to one. I'm not going to go to one. But they catch these rattlesnakes. These guys, they all crazy, but they all catch these rattlesnakes, and they bring them to this one place. And I can't remember which town it was because my nephew Kenny went to it and videoed it. And they got these pits, plywood, partitions around, and they're full of rattlesnakes, big snakes, all sizes, rattlesnakes. And then they have these snake wranglers, probably like Will's a wrangler. That many cows, he got to be a wrangler. So they get in there and they throw these rattlesnakes in there with him, and he walks around amongst them, with a little hook moving them around here, and they, striking and everything at him. I'm sure he's probably wearing those leggings or those boots, but still, it's just dangerous, There's some places, I've never been there, I ain't going, that bring them into the church, I'm told, some places where hold these rattlesnakes up in church. I'd be on the back row. Come on up, Brother Gene. No, I ain't coming up there. uh, Pedicures. Somebody's a pedicure. Oh, come on over. Come on over. I had a pedicure one time. I loved it. That little lady rubbing your legs. Put that hot oil on them. Well, you and Ronnie, y'all need to try this. Well, Ronnie has. And Ronnie embarrassed everybody in there, and they won't let him come back. But I ain't going to say what he did. But anyway, it was embarrassing. It embarrassed me when I heard about it. I said, oh, Lord, glad I wasn't with him. So he can't go back. He's been barred. But the hot oil and stuff all down your legs and your feet, rub your toes. I love it. I didn't want to leave. And finally she said, okay. I said, no, please, don't make me leave. Yeah, pedicures are awesome. If you ain't never had one, try it at least once. I would go back if I just, had to make an appointment, all that stuff. And I don't want to go in there and some guy want to do my feet. you know, like Ronnie. Yeah, like Ronnie did. I don't want to do that. But yeah, they're awesome. I love them. They do, at this roundup, they do kill a lot of these snakes. They do eat a lot of them, cook them up and eat them. And then they release some of them. They take some of them back out. I watched a thing out there. John Wayne built that replica of the Alamo. What was it, Fredericksburg or somewhere out that way? It's like just a tourist thing now. That's where they filmed the Alamo. And John Wayne had it built himself. There was a snake there, a rattlesnake. They had to remove from the grounds because when tourists would come, this snake was constantly showing up. They said he was huge. Well, I saw him. He was huge on this documentary. A father and a son team were snake handlers, and they called them to come get the snake. And they kind of give him a nickname of the Duke. He was huge, and he'd show up in the places where tourists are coming. They'd scare somebody get bit. And they get there and they're looking for him, and they see him crawling across the ground. They take off after him, and he takes off fast. And there's this hole in the ground. And he gets hold. And this boy, about the size of Dan, pretty good sized boy, he just dives in almost into the hole and gets him by his tail. He's trying to pull that snake out of that hole. And I think, my Lord, shoot him. Just shoot him. Be done with him. Yeah, there's some scary snakes out there. We used to go to take the kids to the zoo. I never want to go in the zoo in the snake house. There's snakes in all these cages, Don't like them. Okay, Ronnie took Jimmy some Chinese. I love Chinese. I have one dish I like. There's a little brand new place out here in the subdivision. Maybe one of the only things I like about the subdivision besides the gas station real close. Chinese. It's called the Golden Wok. W-O-K. Golden Wok. And you drive in. It's a nice, neat place. And they got a little, you can go inside also neat, but you drive through. Drive the window. You got the menu of the pictures of all the food on the wall. You tell them which one you want, number 1, number 4, number whatever. And you pay them. And you drive around the building to a window on the other side, just opposite, across on the other side of the building. And they bring you food out that window. And sometimes it takes a few minutes to get it all together, but you ain't there long. And yes, it is early. It may be more than 5 minutes early. That's on purpose, so I don't miss something. If I waited to hear dong at 8 o'clock, you think I'd be here? Probably not. I'd be pouring my coffee. So it's early. Yeah, it's always early. And it keeps you on your toes. Yeah, they're all set early. My watch is accurate, but that's probably more like 10 minutes early. But anyway, when it goes off, I know I've got 10 minutes roughly to get everything set up, get my coffee poured, get my donuts heated up. And today I didn't have no donuts, guys. Sad, no donuts. But I had sausage biscuit. I started bringing it in here and eat it. But I go out there and I get it's called I may say it wrong, okay? You know how I am with names. Yeah, General Thai or General Toe, whatever it is chicken. And it's just delicious chicken. Little strips of chicken with this awesome sauce on it. And then some brown rice. Brown rice, I don't really care for that much, but if you take your chicken, tell you how I do it. There's all that sauce in the bottom of the part of the little container that holds the chicken. It's got all that sauce that's run down there. And pour that sauce over into that rice. Ooh, it's good then. Yeah. That, a pickle or two. Yeah. It's good. Maybe not as good as pig's feet, but yeah, it's something else. These guys send me pictures of pig noses. Yeah, y'all know who they are. And I ain't gonna say what Will sent me. Yeah, I don't eat all that kind of stuff, Will. And pig parts. Yeah, yeah. Pig's feet is different, guys. It's just different. It's not an ear or a nose or a tail. It's the feet. No toenails, completely cleaned and then boiled and pickled. If you haven't ever eat it, don't say you don't like it until you take a bite. Then you'll be like me. Big glass of tea, package of crackers. Yeah, oh, yeah. All right. Uh, I love Chinese. I love that. Yeah. We used to send Ben to pick up the food for us, and I'm going to close off pretty quick here. And I say, here, take my card and go get us. You know, he knew what I like. He'd always get that. But Ben would come home with all kinds of stuff. And you backs your card out on. I ain't sending Ben back no more. Yeah, thank you. They are good. G likes the noodles. Then there's these beans they cook, these like green beans, but they're different. I don't know what to call them. Then there's these different kinds of rice with different, little chunks of pork or chicken stuff all in it. It's good too. Good food. I may go out today and get me a little plate. It's not very expensive either, a small plate for an individual. Yeah. Peggy, you leaving us? All right. Have a good day. And remember, y'all guys, Peggy Coleman. She's been sick. Not going to eat no chicken feet. Ronnie, I don't know. I didn't understand that too. I was a person, and we went to visit him. He had these chicken feet hanging in the trees and stuff out there, little feet hanging. I don't know, and he said he was making a doll that looked like me. I don't know what that meant. Yeah. So, but me and Dan got out of there pretty quick. I don't know what kind of practice he does. I know he goes to church. He does go to church, and I think that's awesome. Because his preacher says the only time he sees Ronnie is when they have, lunch after the services. He's always there for that. Yeah, Peggy, have a great day. Karen, Linda, all you guys. I'm fixing to cut off. Linda, yeah, that's right. If you don't taste it, how can you tell? Lester, he may still do it with smell before he'd take a bite of something. You have something strange on the table, he'd smell it. And I guess that's a good idea. Smell before you eat it. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Reba's brother eats that. It's delicious. It's delicious. Lester still does. Okay, he probably does. He probably does smell his food before he eats it. Also keep, guys, seriously, Dan in your prayers. Dan went to have that shoulder surgery, and he went into AFib. Never knew he had that. And, his heart starts fluttering or whatever, so they stopped. Wouldn't do the surgery and brought him out of the sedation or whatever you call that stuff, and made him go to a heart doctor and get cleared before they'd try it again. So he goes and they run these different tests, and sure enough, I think he comes on if he gets, I'm guessing, anxiety or something, maybe brings it on or something, So they're talking about, and maybe I shouldn't say this, I don't know, he may want to say it himself. They got some kind of procedure they're going to do to try to correct it. And I think he's pretty well scared of that too. Connie says, tell them just don't analyze it, just eat it. Yeah, pray for Dan. I know Dan. I'd be nervous too. You start talking about hearts and stuff like that, He may have had this all of his life. I don't know, or it may just come on when he's stressed. I know the surgery stressed him. the fact that he's going to have to do surgery. Uh, but it's something that needs to get fixed if it's possible to fix it. And God can fix it. We all know that. But just keep your prayers out there for him. I appreciate it. Uh, yeah, they said there's two. This heart doctor's telling him there's a couple of different things they can do to correct it, and not sure which one they'll decide on or what. I don't know the whole thing. Uh, anyway, keep me in your prayers. Uh, it's been an hour on here with you guys. I've enjoyed it. Uh, I'm gonna get off here and try to uh, send Ronnie and Will a message of friendship. Uh, and also, I'm going to start on my raised beds. Today, I've sent some seeds for Tabasco pepper, and I'm going to start my seeds today. I took some of the lights that she had in here. She wasn't going to use the grow lights. I took them out to my old kitchen, and I got a shelf there, and I'm going to get them in the cups this morning, get them going, and maybe plant some tomatoes too in cups. My cucumbers, I'll plant them straight, seed right into the bed out there. I like that best. But tomatoes, I always try to do the plants. And I bought some onion seeds. I love them onions that Jamie had down there at the sanctuary. Every time I went down to work in the garden, I'd get me a handful of them, come home, clean them all up, and I'd eat them. It's great. So I ordered me some. My diabetes numbers are holding pretty steady. I'm taking several supplements and I only eat that donut a couple of days a week. Watch a lot of stuff what I eat. So far it's holding. It's not, going over the. Hopefully it stays there. Well, Karen says they're hard to start by the seed. I don't know. They may be. I think it's had Jamie start hers. I think. I ordered some seed. I'm gonna make my little bed, just kind of sow them. They're supposed to be just kind of cluster out, Hopefully, what do you call them? Not scallops or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I got to get out and do some chores. I'm gonna get my seedlings going. I'll video all this kind of stuff today, and go visit with Ivan and my goats. And I hope to see you guys back here on the live on Monday morning, God's willing. Scallions, there you are. Yeah, thank you, scallions. Yeah, scallops, scallions. You see, I'm not as bad as Ronnie with my words. I do know how to spell most words, especially three-letter words. Ho. No. Oh, I hate correcting a grown man on a three-letter word. And then you hear the ridicule. Hey, old teacher. You the old teacher coming out in you. I love you guys. Y'all take care, okay? Yeah, Vera, whichever, if Ronnie was lying or what, baby, we still love you, okay? I love you guys. Y'all take care. Have a great day, a great weekend coming up, okay? Y'all take care.